All right, Bob here with Outlaw Pinball, and today we are unboxing a Jurassic Park premium pinball machine from Stern, and we are actually going to be giving this machine away. So let's get to it. First thing we do, I've already done, is take the metal clips out of the top of the box. I use a needle nose pliers. Just be careful, those are sharp. Then we'll want to find the side that says truck this side only, and we're going to cut down each side, and it's going to fall out, and that's where we're going to start working on assembling the legs. So I'm just opening it up to get some stuff out, some of the packing, and then we'll go from there. Your legs are in these containers right here. So we'll get these out. We'll set them down. And then also your bolts for your, we'll install the front legs first. And that is going to be a 5-inch socket. So we'll just take these out. So on these front legs, we'll want them all the way down low, and then we'll actually raise the back legs up. And that will take some adjustment after your game is fully assembled. And then you can adjust that as necessary, just for personal preference and how you like your game to play. But we'll just go ahead and put these back on here now. And one thing I do want to note is there's a strap right here. Keep this. Do not cut this until we get to the part where we tell you, because this is actually holding the back box onto the cabinet, and we don't want things flopping around and breaking. So keep that intact until we tell you. Then you want to make sure these are nice and snug, but not over tightening them. Just make sure they're nice and snug. Now we'll do the next one. All right, and now we're good to lower this front part down here. You just kind of got to hold it here and just slowly let it come down. There we go. Now we'll just go ahead, and these are instructions. Feel free to read over them and go over them, but we've done this enough times now where we just set them off to the side for the next winner. And now the next step, what I like to do is get a person to help you, and we'll actually kind of shift this a little bit so that we can get the box out from underneath it. And so that we're going to get that done, and then we'll go ahead and show you how we do the next part, putting on the back legs. Okay, now we have the box off to the side, and we cleaned up the packaging. We're all ready to put the back legs on. So here you will need an assistant. It makes it a lot easier if it's two-person. But I have a stool, so what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up, slide the stool under it, And then the stool just has to be high enough to where we can attach the legs and they can actually just be freely hanging there. So we're gonna go ahead and put the stool under here, and then we'll jump back in with me attaching the back legs. So now I'm just taking out the leg bolts here, and then we'll take all 4 out, and then we'll attach the back legs. Okay, now we're going to put the legs on, and the only thing that's different when we put on the back legs is we'll want to bring these out some. And again, I'm just making a guess here, and then we will go ahead and adjust once the machine is all set up, and we can fine tune it in. So I do both legs at the same time, so I can kind of take this here so you can see. So I can kind of compare and to make sure that it's going to be pretty level left to right or right to left. And then this here you'll want to just tighten up right here so that it doesn't move. So, but don't over tighten it because you will probably have to make adjustments. So now we got that done, I'm just going to go ahead and put the back legs on. Quick double check here, make sure they're all nice and snug. All right, that's good. So then you just have to slide your stool out, and now your game is ready to finish. So the next thing we'll do is we'll take this off, just the protector of the outlet connection for the extension cord, the power cord. Get the sticky stuff off so it looks all nice. And now we are ready to attach the back box. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this cord or this strap. Be very careful, wear eye protection when you're doing it so it doesn't snap back. A lot of times it's good and it's simple, but sometimes it just really snaps back on you. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. There you go. And now we're going to need to get the keys here because we're going to get in the coin box, and that's where the balls are for the machine and also for the 2 bolts that secure the back box to the actual cabinet. So I'm going to get a tool to cut these off right here. You want to do it with a little snip, so I'll be right back. Okay, got my little snips here, so we're just going to take this off, and it just says do not use this as a handle. So don't put any weight, try to pick the machine up from it. So we'll just cut these carefully here. And then there'll be 2 sets of keys. 1 set's for the actual back box, and then 1 set is for the cabinet. Well, let's see here. So here's your coin box, and it looks like the pin is missing, so we'll have to look for that in a little bit just to make sure. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you here. Your power cord's in here, your tilt bob's in here, your balls are in here, and then also what we're going to do right now and use is the bolts for the back box. So we'll set that all right there. Here's the other keys. Usually most people will take the keys to the back box and just slide them right there so that they're always easily findable and you don't misplace them. But we'll just open this little packet up, and you can just see there's 2 bolts in here, and we're going to use that to attach the back box. So when you're putting the back box in, what you want to do is you want to make sure that this feeds down there with it doesn't catch up or kink or anything like that, so that it doesn't affect your gameplay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lift this up, take the protection off. Okay, so now you just hold the back box in place, and then attach your bolts right here. Should be good. Now we'll just tighten them up. There we go. Now I'm just going to rearrange the machine here for a minute, and then we'll get started on, we'll take the glass off, because as you can see, let me move this stuff here. There's some stuff under the glass that we have to take apart and clean up. So we have to snip on the helicopter, and then there's some foam by the Raptor pet, and then there's some foam in the T-Rex mouth. And then at the same time, when we lift up, we have the glass off, we'll lift it up, we'll put the tilt bob in, and we'll drop the balls in, and we should be good to go. So now we have the machine into place. We're going to go ahead and take the back glass off, or the glass off, so that we can get access to things on the playfield. On the newer Sterns, there's two latches, one on the right side and one on the left side. And then when you do that, your lockdown bar just comes out just like that. And then we'll set that down, and then you can just slide the glass out. And we'll set this to the side. I always like to give it a good cleaning when it comes. If you have a new one come from the factory, it's a little dusty. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, those rags are there. We're going to take all this stuff out that we don't really need. So this is just telling you what to remove before you operate the game so that nothing gets messed up. So we got to cut the helicopter tie right here. So now the helicopter spins freely, which is a very cool little thing. And now we're going to take the foam out of the Raptor pen and the foam out of T-Rex. And last but not least, the Jeep, or not a Jeep, actually has a rubber band to keep it in place. So we'll just cut that, and then we get that out of the way. So now that moves freely. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually lift the playfield up, and we're going to install the tilt bob. And while we're at it, we're also going to look for that pin that wasn't where it was supposed to be, which probably got loose during shipping, during transit. So this is your tilt bob right here, and for those of you that don't know, it gets attached right here. What happens is you slide this up and then lock it into place with this, and that what actually prevents you from beating the crap out of your machine. So you can adjust how tight or loose you want it, but when you tilt a game on location or anywhere, that's why, is from this little thing right here. So I like to set mine pretty loose. there's the pin. It got lost in transit. So we'll go ahead and put that over by the coin door box. Okay, we're going to slide the field back into place. Little pump, and it just comes down and just rests right here. Okay, so now we got the play field back down. Just a quick look, I'll give you a quick tip. If you look over here, there is actually a level, and it actually shows you how steep or not steep you have your game set. So this is a little on the steep side, but it is within what they suggest, and that's how I kind of like this game. I actually have this game personally as well, so it's a great game. So also it says right here always on the newer Sterns how many balls to install that comes standard. So this game has 6 balls. So what we're going to do is when I get them, I always like to just shine them up a little bit and then drop them. All you have to do is drop them into the play field and everything is good and it should be good to go. Okay, so now all 6 balls are in there. I like to give just a look over on everything, make sure everything's good. And that was bothering me, it was a little off center. Make sure this is all moving freely. I just do a quick look to make sure there's nothing else that got jarred loose during shipping. Everything else looks good. So we'll put the glass back on and get it fired up. All right, we got the glass back on. Everything's good. So now we're just going to attach the power cord and we will fire it up. So now you have your power cord, the power is right here. And it usually just takes a couple seconds, but then what we're going to do next, you're ready to play now, but we're going to go in and hook this up to Store Insider Connected and everything like that. But after that, you are good to go. So again, Bob from Outlaw Pinball, head over to our site and get your entries to win this, because we're going to be giving this away and delivering it to some lucky person. And play more pinball and enjoy, because this is a great game. Thanks, guys.